Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Total War Attila Western Roman Empire campaign Let's Play. So, we are back with a fresh turn, and there was a battle that took place here between episodes. It was an auto-resolve, so you guys didn't miss anything. Essentially, the Huns decided to attack us where they had been raiding in the previous episode, and they had no chance of victory. The auto-resolve was actually pretty well in our favor. It didn't look like it was worth fighting, so I didn't bother. I went ahead and just did it, and I didn't want to waste your guys' time with it, so I just decided to skip right over it completely. But do know that there was a battle fought here between these two legions that are now a little bit beat up, or at least more so than they were, and these various Hunnic armies in the area. So today we're going to try to run them down and defeat them as long as we're able to pursue them fairly far, like up to here maybe. We should be able to get them both because they're both pretty weak at this point, as you can see here. That's not the right one. Where did you guys come from, by the way? That's interesting. But yeah, they're both pretty weak, so it shouldn't be difficult for us to defeat them and just crush them outright. They do have more armies moving in from the east though, so that's something we'll need to keep an eye on. Regarding last episode, I asked you guys what you thought about maybe starting another Attila campaign with another mod that changes the setting to, you know, more classical period than I mean, this is still technically like the end of the classical era, but more traditional, sort of like the setting of Rome 2. And I am recording this episode immediately after that last one, so I will not have seen your responses yet. But if you have not told me what you think about that yet, feel free to do so in the comments below on this episode, or if you have, you know, feel free to let me know here as well. And with that, let's go ahead and do some troop movement and whatnot. So I think we're going to get these guys back to Aboricum and just let them kind of hang out there for a while. We're going to let them sort of replenish their strength and do a bit of recruiting. We need cavalry, and we can recruit cavalry here. I don't mind these guys so much. I don't particularly care for this cavalry though, so I'll take this unit, and we'll see about, I mean, honestly, I want more of these, or just regular Roman cavalry, I suppose, if I have to choose. But yeah, it's gonna be hard to get that for them up in Britannia here. We'll see what we can do though. You are recruiting, or excuse me, converting them over to Christianity. And it looks like it's about 6% drop in the, what are you guys again? What kind of paganism are you? Celtic paganism, of course. So yeah, that dropped by about 6%, so he's doing pretty good work there. We're also doing the same thing down in Greece, or we were sort of attempting to. Yeah, you still need to move a bit there. Go hang out next to Corinth and try to convert them away from, I think they're Greco-Roman pagans down here. Yeah, so we want to make them Latin Christians, not Eastern or Greek Christians, but Latin Christians. And we'll try to do the same with the Dacians afterward as well, but that should be easier because we, again, share a border with them. So that'll take less direct effort on our part and be a little bit more passive, I would wager. Let's see, we do have a spy here. What could you do for me? I suppose you could go harass them. Go ahead and hinder that army. And then I'll have this spy do the same to them. Game's lagging a little bit because we got multiple spies doing multiple things. So that was a critical failure. I feel like he was just recovering from a critical failure. Oh no, that was this one over here. So did you not actually go through with that? Yeah, apparently you didn't.
Spreading fear and doubt.
Well, hopefully you don't critically fail. Oh, he was successful. Nice. So they won't be able to flee as far. Now, which legion is in better shape to fight? Honestly, neither. Is there mercenaries available? Not the ones that we want. So I can't just merge these guys together, unfortunately. We might do that after this turn, though. We'll basically run these guys until they're mostly just wiped out, and then we'll merge together what we can and re-recruit what we need to. Let's start by getting you guys out of that stance. And we'll march you forward to, say, there. You are going to go ahead and attack. And apparently they're at war with the Huns as well, because they were in on that reinforcement. You could tell by the little yellow marker there. So this is going to be a double battle now. Damn it, they weren't close enough. That's still very winnable through an auto-resolve, though. So let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. And let's see. We didn't lose anybody. They lost a couple units. And that will finish them. Did that finish the other army as well? It did. Okay, so they're completely decimated. But we are a bit beat up here as well. Our legion did level up, though. So, Eastern Empires, nomadic tribes. We need that desperately. So let's go for that, because that's really all we're fighting over here at this point. And Titus Pullo, let's get you back into town there, where you can, you know, replenish your troops.
We cannot follow this order.
So there you go. Let's see, what can we recruit here? Not the Manalatoy, unfortunately. That would be pretty useful. How do I want to handle that then? Well, we definitely need you. And just to get this group back in fighting shape a little bit more quickly, I think I'll merge together them and them. And we'll just disband. Well, not yet. Merge that together first, and then we'll disband the rest there. And then we'll just re-recruit them. So it'll save us a little bit on upkeep costs for a turn, and then we'll have these guys back at full strength next turn. I would have done the same here, but we can't recruit those guys in this area, so we'll just do these three. And we can't do that with cavalry either, so they're just going to have to wait. I mean, the replenishment here is pretty good, so it could be a lot worse. And then with this group, let's get you to here for now, just because you will replenish there faster as well. They lost both of their Auxilia Palatina. Ooh, that's a problem. I shouldn't have done that. I guess recruit those guys first, and we'll get your spear unit the turn after. That'll get these guys back to full strength. You, in the meantime, kind of need to find somewhere to settle. But with that threat dealt with, I think you're probably better off marching back south at this point. The problem is they're probably going to attack here. And I don't really want you standing outside the walls, making that easier for them. So why don't you just hang out there for now? And if anything happens, you can come reinforce here. But, oh, you need artillery, that's right. And we can't get artillery here. No, we can't. Well, I'll take you guys. Do love me some Germanic Mounted Warband. But yeah, if we put them standing over here outside the walls, the Huns will just attack them and force me to reinforce outside and make the fight easier on them, so we don't want to do that. Let's see, which one of you guys is a greater threat? That's almost entirely cavalry, so really, that's the army I'm afraid of dealing with. At least, you know, out in the open. In a siege, you know, the more cavalry the merrier. I'm happy to fight cavalry in a siege. Opportune failure, so at least he gained a little bit of extra XP from that. But he didn't really do anything for us other than the little bit of XP. And is that it? Let's see. Yeah, so you're going to stand by right there for now. That puts you in reinforcement range of a lot of different places. In fact, all along the front line, essentially, he can bolster if need be. You guys are replenishing your troops. You're out of movement. We need to get rid of these Hun priests. They're getting real annoying. What's happening up here? Has this been taken yet? I think the Franks failed me again. I mean, the Alamans were besieging it for a while. I don't know what happened with that. But they're not besieging it any longer. And it looks like we've got a couple of enemies up here that are maybe running the Franks off. Yeah. And of course, the Alamans dragged their feet on dealing with these guys, so they're still a threat. Actually, did they take... No, okay. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that's war targeted right now, or at least it should have been. Where's my war target right now? Oh, it's out there. Let's change it to here. Yeah, I need the elements to take that and defeat that faction. Once they're off the board, that'll make things easier over here. I may need to move this legion in, because as of right now, if they beat the Franks back, this is never going to get captured. So, yeah. I'm going to put them right here. And that leaves this very vulnerable, but the garrison there is pretty substantial. So, I don't even think I need a legion there at this point. I mean, that is a lot of troops. I wish these were Ballistari, but, you know, you can't have everything. Still, I could probably fight off a full stack of just about anything with that. So, I don't really need a full stack there guarding it anymore. I am going to go ahead and take a quick break here just to spend some of our money on various upgrades, as usual. And then we'll come back and sort of wrap this turn up. We completely forgot to do political stuff last time, or at least I forgot to, so we'll have to make sure we do that this time. There's a lot of people that need appointments and whatnot, so we want to handle that. Okay, so I think I'm about done there. Let's go ahead and jump into our politics screen. Oh, it looks like another one of the Emperor's daughters is nearly of age, so we'll try to find her a suitable patrician to marry. And how are his sons doing? He's 14, so that kid's not far off. Neither of them are. I believe this is the legitimate son, so does that mean, is he the heir? Who is the heir? Where's my heir? Do we not have one? We don't have one. Okay, well then you're probably going to be the heir. I'm pretty sure he's the legitimate. I think that's the white lines, right? The red would be bastards and the yellow are adopted. I'm like 90% sure about that. But yeah, I think this is our legitimate son. And our legitimate heir. I can't name him an heir, though. Surely we have an heir somewhere. We'll figure it out later, though. It's neither here nor there at the moment. The Emperor is only 39, and he's in no immediate danger. You do not need a demotion, so we'll just ignore you. Got a lot of spots open, though. It's rare that we have really any positions to hand out. In this case, we have quite a few. Let's get you in here. And I'll have to look through the loyalty bit as well. I keep getting notifications that people are dangerously disloyal, but I think it's just that one guy who's been sitting at 4 for a while. There's actually a few people sitting at 4, but honestly, I can't be bothered with it. We don't really have the influence to do anything about it, so it's kind of just something you shake your fist at and go, oh darn, but you know, you really can't actually change anything about it. Let's see. Oh, you need an appointment. All right, well then let's put you in here. You know what, Scratch? Well, hold on. Could you even go to there? I don't think so. I think he needs to be Master of Soldiers a bit first, so we'll do that. And then, whoops, let's look at people's loyalty. Excuse me, not loyalty. Influence. The Emperor's got a decent little amount, but it's not a lot, so I'd preferably not use it if I don't have to. Titus Pullo. Oh, you know what? Hold on here. I need to... Is it gonna not let me do this without, like, literally going through? Give me a second. I'm gonna cancel some of these because I need to find Titus Pullo. An appointment. That's kind of important. Apparently I missed Vindonius Crassus as well. Oh wait, no. Alright, get you out of there. Vindonius was that one, right? So Titus Pullo, where can you go? Oh, those are too expensive. Okay, so you can't fit in anywhere then, unfortunately. Alright, well then that was all for naught. Let's get you back in there. And was it Flavius? Yeah, Flavius, you go back here. Okay, fixed. Right, so influence. You have 35. But you are probably not long for another term, so we need to be careful about spending his influence, because we want to be able to put him right back in there. You guys obviously don't have any yet because you're children. So I think there was like one woman that had 35 or something. 30, excuse me, 33. Let's see. That is what, our sister-in-law or something? Yeah, so she can spend her influence to potentially secure loyalty. How much does that cost? Why doesn't it just tell me how much it costs? Like, it shouldn't be that difficult. Anyways, is there anybody below 4? If not, then we'll just ignore it, because honestly the chances of her failing are pretty high. And generally them failing is worse than them not even trying. So I would prefer that they just not try if they're likely to fail. Yeah, there's a couple 4s, but I'm not seeing anything worse than a 4. So I think we can live with that. As much as it pains me. Could you not go into any of these? So you need to go in here first. You have way too much influence. I am not comfortable with that. I might boot somebody out just to spend their influence. Let's see, who's got like the least? Let's give you the boot. He might lose a little bit of loyalty for that, but 72 is a lot of influence. I don't want him kicking around with that much. And the other guy had like what, 58? Who's got the least influence here? 16, 19. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm gonna kick you out, and then we'll put Mr. 58 in there just to get or use some of that up. I may have just pissed a couple people off there, but honestly it should work out okay. I'm not going to sweat it too much. Let's jump into diplomacy and see how we're doing with our various puppets, just to ensure that nobody's about to stab me in the back. So Danians, how are we doing here? Still improving massively. It's actually more so than it was at the end of the last turn and episode, so that's good. Are they willing to consider a trade agreement yet? No. They need to probably get somewhere into the mid-range on that first. But it'll get there. Garamantians are our best friends apparently now, which is good. Still can't get them to settle that area yet, but I'm sure they'll get to it eventually. And how about the picks? Things are going along pretty well with them. We may not even have to actually throw any money at them, which would be fantastic. Those military actions will go away. The cultural version and the great power, unfortunately, will not. As is with those treaties as well. Although they may start to warm to those factions since they are effectively allied with them now. And so we may see those slowly trickle off as they get better relations with those factions. Because right now they're hostile toward them, but because, you know, they're my puppet, they can't do anything about it. Let's see. You're at war with a lot of people that we're at war with, but you don't seem to be doing a lot. What can we do with you? They would potentially accept a non-aggression pact. Well, they're not interested in that. There's not a whole lot else we can do then. So it looks like there's really nothing doing here. Again, hopefully we can get this little mess sorted out up here, because I really want this area secured so I can just focus all my efforts on the Huns. But my allies are not making this easy. They continue to stumble over Tulliferdum, and it's really not that difficult a place to conquer. I mean, there's a decent little garrison here, but that's nothing that like a 3/4 stack couldn't just completely overwhelm. But yeah, the Alemans couldn't finish it. The Franks came in. I believe the Franks were besieging it for at least a turn, and they appear to have been beaten back slightly. I'm hoping that Marcus Blasius's presence here is enough to kind of chase these guys off. If not, we'll try to defeat them for our allies, and that should help the Franks grab up some territory here, but you know, we'll certainly see. Anyways, let's go ahead and advance. Oh wow, we have a lot of level ups. This guy's a general. Let's go ahead and put a point here, and then we'll go with this one. I'll give him some additional campaign movement, which is always a good thing. Oh, he's the one over in Spain. We need to kind of reevaluate the situation there. I might just completely transplant him elsewhere, because honestly, I think our public order is absolutely solid everywhere, and so we don't need him back here necessarily, but we'll see. It might be worth having someone there just in case the absolute worst happens. Let's do the same here. And who is this? This is a governor. Okay, in that case, we'll go there. And do you have cultural buildings? Let's just... Lower construction costs are always good. Okay, so more Hun shenanigans. It looks like they failed miserably and wounded themselves. This guy could not secure his appointment, so luckily he has enough influence to pull through on his own. Oh, unfortunately this guy did not. Come on, really? Like, they fail so consistently. It's so frustrating because I always have to bail them out. Alright, let's see. He gained a household. That's interesting, I guess. Are you actually using it, though? We'll look into that at some point. Population surplus there. Food shortage again. I guess it's just the seasons that keep making that happen. Oh, crap. The Franks... Well, the Alemans responded too. Oh, everybody responded. Okay. Apparently everybody's mobilizing against that one enemy. That's kind of funny. Oh, the Garamantians even. Wow. Where are you at? Let's go ahead and get you... Oh, it's the governor. Not the general. So let's see. It certainly wouldn't hurt. Free public order is always nice, though. Lower corruption is good, too. I'm going to go here and here. And that allows me on the next level up to get us a little bit lower construction costs and either food or lower corruption. Or a little bit of everything. Let's see, is there anything else that would benefit you? For port buildings, that's not going to help. If nothing else, I should give you like this or something. Let's see, construction for military. Well, that's the same, yeah, +3. I may as well give you this then. Even if you're not building military buildings, at least it's giving you the research rate, and it has the additional benefit of if you ever do build one, that's ready and, you know, there. These are all for commanded armies, right? +10 growth, that would be useful. Sure. That'll help the capital get built up a little bit more quickly. Alright, so what's happening up here? It looks like the Franks are besieging Tuliferdum. That's good. My presence was apparently enough to run off some of these lesser factions. The Geats do seem to be on their way to maybe try to, you know, run the Franks off. So I'm going to probably move my legion here. We're going to suffer some attrition from this, but that will ensure that if the Geats try to attack them and chase them away, that my legion will be reinforcing, and that will be an easy victory. And they will help with the actual siege if necessary, so that'll encourage these guys to just get the damn thing over with. So yeah, we'll set up right here. Yeah, I mean, that's good enough. Unfortunately, we can't fortify, but that puts me in range of both of these to reinforce if necessary, and of the siege as well. Okay, so what else is going on? A lot happening here. A bunch of people mobilized on this. I'm hoping the Alemans just go claim the damn thing already. They have a couple of armies nearby, so I'm sure they will. Or at least I hope they will. You needed another spear unit, if I'm not mistaken, so let's make that happen. And that's 20 out of 20. You guys are 20 out of 20 as well. There wouldn't happen to be any artillery here, would there? No. No, there would not. Okay. It looks like the Huns are on the move once more. They are constantly suffering attrition as they move. No, it would appear that they are not. I mean, it says they are here, but it's not showing it on the unit portrait, so I don't know if I can trust that. Let's continue to constantly harass them, though. Every little bit we slow them down really helps, because they don't like to separate their armies, so if I slow one down, I'm effectively slowing them both down. Opportune failure again. Oh well. At least, again, any movement they make should cost them a bit of attrition, and I have a couple of legions nearby to where, oh, I was like, where's their movement range? It's just really faint. Yeah, so if they decide to attack any one of these, I have another legion that can come over and effectively sandwich them. And with the combined force of 2 legions plus whatever garrison is present, that's more than enough to crush these two pretty easily. So I'm not too worried about it. If they keep coming in 2s, I don't think we'll ever have issue. And let's see, Africa, how are things doing? You guys are just hanging out. Oh. They're about to lose another settlement, it looks like. I mean, they do have part of a legion here, but that's nearly a full stack, and I would wager the garrison there is probably not great. Yeah, nothing substantial. You know what would be really interesting? If we could maybe subjugate the Eastern Roman Empire. I don't know how we would do that, or where we would do it, to be honest. But to have access to their unit roster as well as our own would be fantastic. Because they have some cool units. I just like the aesthetic of some of them. Like, I like these guys. I think they're just heavier Legio, basically. And they also have better spear units. The Lanciari Signores are better than the Auxilia Palatina, at least in my opinion. Maybe objectively, I don't know. I don't remember the stats that well. I'd have to go look it back up. But I recall them being better when I've used them. But I don't know how much of that is subjective and how much is objective. Is there anything else? I mean, we already took care of Britannia, right? Yeah. That's all settled. Public order here is working itself back into shape. Definitely going to want to upgrade that. A lot of it was we had basically tried to rebuild Eboracum while Saguntium was getting attacked. And so when we took the public order hit from the attack, we didn't have the buildings there to kind of counteract it. We've since rebuilt them, so that is helping. But it was more just to get things in order, because again, I like to have things organized uniformly across my settlements. That way I can pan through them very quickly to see, you know, what they have and what they don't. So it wasn't like a necessary thing, but it was a helpful thing. And we have so much money that, you know, again, I often don't know what to do with it. I guess I could appoint another governor, couldn't I? Let's look into that. I wanted to see what your new household thing was and if you were using it. He did level up recently, by the way. I don't know if that happened on camera or not. Let's see. Map holder, chainmail shirt. What is this doing? It's giving you armor? I mean, this is just objectively better. But is that necessary? I mean, I guess. Even though he is a governor, if for some reason, you know, Mediolanum got attacked, probably best that he's a little bit extra protected. It's not like money's really an object at this point, so that seems a little bit short-sighted. I could probably do better than that as well. What is this doing for me? Yeah, again, this is just outright better. That would be doubly useful because technically that would boost morale in any sort of defense that we had to fight. But I don't know that I really need it for religious buildings, to be honest. Port buildings, not super necessary where he is. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's either this or that. Let's just do that. And then, while that's not terrible, there might be something better. Is this the one that he just got? Yeah. So, plus 5 public order, plus 5 sanitation, minus 3% construction costs. I mean, that's pretty damn good. Let's go ahead and take that. He won't earn influence as quickly as before, but honestly, I think he's going to be facing a lot less situations where he earns influence as a governor. I still don't know who the hell our freaking heir is. Is it you? No, you're governor. Master of offices. They should have a little silver crown over their head. but it won't let me select one. I guess they have to be of age first or something. I don't recall that being a thing, to be honest. Like, I'm pretty sure before you could make like even infants, but we can definitely make this guy an heir. So I guess we'll just wait until this kid comes of age, and then we will appoint him as heir. And I'll probably rename him too, because often, you know, emperors had a lot of honorifics in their names. So I don't know what his name would be. I guess it could be like Spurius Honorius Augustus. That might work. I mean, and his full name would be like Spurius Malolius Honorius Augustus or something. But yeah, we'll probably change that to be a little bit more fitting of an emperor. I guess technically he would be, he wouldn't be an Augustus yet. He would be a Caesar. Because Caesars were generally, at least in this period, the title given to the, like the emperor in waiting, generally like sort of the heir in a way. They were effectively like sub-emperors, and that way there was less of an issue when, you know, power changed hands, because they were already sort of, you know, a sub-emperor, and then it was just a matter of making them full emperor rather than having to completely hand the reins over to somebody that was before that, you know, titleless. It got real messy. They didn't have a great way of handing down titles in Rome, but anyways, I've been babbling for too long here, and I think we're out of time. Let me check on that. Yeah, I believe we are. So I'm going to cut here. Well, I'm going to end the episode here. I'll go ahead and unload some of this cash off camera on various buildings. I'll make sure that we didn't miss out on any political stuff, although I don't think we did. And give our diplomacy a once-over, and then go ahead and advance the turn, and we'll come back next time with a fresh turn. Potentially some battles to fight. If the Huns move forward up here, we are going to definitely like pincer them and just wipe them out before they have a chance to, you know, cause any trouble. I'm kind of tempted to start pushing east. I just think it's not a great idea, but I almost don't care. Just because this territory is completely abandoned, the Huns are the only threat out there. And as of right now, they're not really that much of one. I mean, I know things will change, but we're already playing on a pretty high difficulty, so, I mean, it can't get much worse. Ah, that's where you guys came from. Bastarnians. Why did I think there was somebody else there? I don't know. But that's where those armies came from. They marched a hell of a way out here. They were hanging out right here for a second. But yeah, we'll see how this plays out as well. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Total War Attila with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.